Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Belle's Magical World. This is from 1998. It runs an hour and 11 minutes long, and it's one of those direct-to-video sequels that Disney was very intent on cashing in on when it came to, I guess, they were still doing princess movies, but I guess the Renaissance, which started with Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast and things like that, sort of I guess were running dry, and so they decided, hey, let's just make up more stories, put the characters in it, animate it on the fly, and then sell it on VHS and eventually DVD, maybe. It's when you say direct to video, it used to be a curse word. These days, direct to home video, obviously with the pandemic, also people, well, I'm sorry, movies just go directly to Netflix or Hulu or any other Disney Plus or any other streaming service, including ones that are owned by the studios themselves, like HBO Max and Paramount and everything else. So back in the day, though, the Kiss of Death was pretty much saying, hey, this is not worthwhile having as a feature to sell tickets at the box office. One, because this is only an hour and 11 minutes long, and two, it's really not up to snuff. The animation in this is Saturday morning cartoon level at best. Um, and that's not to say that Saturday morning cartoon animation is horrible. It is just commonly budget friendly. Let's just say that. In this case, we had it's basically another midquel. We had that with the Christmas one that they had. We watched a few months ago, last year. Um, it tells the stories of that time in which Belle was still living with the Beast, and he wasn't a handsome prince, and he was still a jerk, and she was still reading books, and everybody was living in this Cronenberg nightmare of being appliances, where human beings were essentially objects that had been cursed. Honestly, did I maybe I missed this, but the person who put the curse on the beast and everybody in his castle, who was that? And they have to be the most cruel, evil witch or whatever in Disney history. Because, oh, good, I'm a feather duster for the rest of my life. Unless somebody can love this monster before the rose petals fall. What kind of weird machination is that? That's just awful. I'm gonna come back to this when we see the actual movie at some point, and the live action one with Emma what's her face, Hermione. But seriously, one of the stories involves a jealous feather duster who is in love with Lumiere. They're dating. Um, he forgets their anniversary, and Belle helps her out, and it helps him out by reenacting, trying to go over the details of their fifth date or the anniversary, their fifth date, because it's the anniversary of their fifth date. It's all sort of BS. But of course, Fifi, the feather duster, sees Lumiere with Belle and assumes obviously they're in love now. He's cheating on Fifi with Belle, and that's the thing that's going to happen apparently. And so she mistakes. It's the cliche, um, mistaken identity. It's a farce. It's a French farce, and and yeah, it's not good. The first story has to do with forgiving. Um, Belle won't forget Beast. Beast won't forget Belle, and the dictionary gets together with the quill, and they write a fake letter from Beast to Belle, And then Belle asks forgiveness because she thought the Beast did first. And then, of course, it all comes out, and he puts them, he throws them out into the wilderness. A book, book, a living quill, and a parchment, who is probably a child. Throws them out into the snowy wilderness. They easily get lost and they get turned around and they end up coming right back to the castle. They're not bright. Probably weren't bright as humans either. But I just honestly, that's just a supreme level of cruelty. And honestly, if you really love the segment of the original film where Beast is just verbally and emotionally abusive to Belle and pretty much anybody who tells him anything he doesn't want to hear, well, this is for you. It's him being all blustery but really soft inside, but really blustery and being a jerk to everybody he can, whenever he can, and it's exhausting. I don't know. And yes, there's references to Belle's own story, because obviously this is not going to be resolved in this. How long did she live with him? I don't know. It's just weird. Gaston doesn't show up anywhere, by the way, because Gaston's story gets handled in the main story. The third story. So we got the forgiveness story. We have the Fifi being jealous story, and then we have Beast really locking down and Cogsworth taking his lead. By the way, David Ogden Stiers from MASH, Charles Winchester from MASH, he's like the star of this whole thing. He has the most lines. He has the most scenes. He is all throughout this, and I love the man. Rest in peace. But yeah, he's kind of the star, the core of this. By the way, pretty much everybody has come back to reprise their roles, except for Angela Lansbury. She is not Mrs. Potts. Somebody else does her voice. But Paige O'Hara and Robbie Benson, the main guys. Lumiere, what's his face? Jerry Orbach comes back as Lumiere. So we get pretty much Joanne Worley as the wardrobe. Yeah, they're just pretty much everybody you expect comes back for this movie, except for Angela Lansbury. So yeah, it's the third story ends up being Beast and Cogsworth being really, strict with the people under their care. Let's just say, because not Lumiere, Cogsworth is supposed to run the castle. He's the guy who runs the place. He's a clock now, but he runs the place for Beast, and he starts being really abusive to his friends and bossing them around in a harsh, unkind way. And of course, Beast is being really a jerk about making sure Belle shows up at lunch exactly on time when she's trying to care for a bird with a broken wing. And there's all that. I'm not going to tell you how that story turns out. It's not a thing I'm going to recommend that you watch unless you got little kids who love Beauty and the Beast and they like to see the characters they recognize make the noises they make, talk the way they do, and they don't understand the story or anything else. If you just want to throw something on and they'll enjoy it, great. That's what this is for. There's 2 songs in this thing, I think, and they're both instantly forgettable. And they don't even bother animating Belle singing the song, except for like one second scene of her, and that's it. And beyond that, it's all over a montage of scenes. So it's not a great movie. So this might put you off Beauty and the Beast if you are a big fan. So there's not a whole lot of good things I can say about it, except for the great cast, obviously. But it's a lot of contrived, really, I don't know, uninteresting stories. 3 of them crammed in there. And you know how it all works out in the end, so hey, let's revisit the abusive sequence of their relationship. Yay. So that's all I got to say about that. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. No? Not going to say it? 76. The volume's down. 76. I know what this movie is, but I can't remember it. I think it's another sports movie. Maybe it's to do with bicycles. I don't know. It's Breaking Away. Breaking Away is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here, and hopefully my voice will be better by tomorrow. We can hope. Talk to you later. Bye. Finger guns? Did I really just do finger guns? Okay. Turns out there is no Breaking Away on Disney Plus. There's Breaking 2, and there's Ralph Breaks the Internet, and apparently What is Reading from Forky. I don't know why that would come in there, but yeah, it's Breaking Away. I did double check on my computer as well, and also on IMDb. It is about bicycling, but it's from 1979, but it's not on Disney Plus. Maybe it was at some point. So it looks like we're picking another one. Here we go.
91.
91. Well, they're really creeping up there slow. Just not a lot of difference between some of these numbers. 91. Oh. I've been wanting to watch this, and it's been almost a year. When was that? No, it's not been a year yet, but it's been too soon. It's been too long. We have Chadwick Boseman, A Tribute to a King. So, yeah, we're gonna. It's a 2020 special, talking about the life of Chadwick Boseman, the man who played Black Panther in the MCU. So I was gonna watch that without having to do the whole Disney Plus Everyday Challenge thing, but turns out it worked out just in time. So, all right, see you back here tomorrow with Chadwick Boseman, A Tribute to a King on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. See you then.